wrongfully convicted, served 3 years on death row and 10 total behind bars for a murder he didn't commit.
Yeah, I've been following Ray Krone's story for decades now. I had the chance to catch up with him again and hear why, after all these years, he's still committed to sharing his story to help others. It's a reconnection.
It's so good to see you.
Well, you too, young lady. I'm guessing it's a long time since.
Too long in the making.
You were part of quite a few of the critical moments of some of those life-changing moments.
This means a lot to me.
We are miles and decades from that dusty Yuma parking lot.
I'm actually outside the gate now. I'm not in there anymore.
A place where in 2002, Ray Krone took his first steps as a free man.
Got up this morning, seemed like just another day in prison. And all of a sudden, everything's changed. Just like one day 10 years ago when I woke up one morning, got questioned about something, and ended up in here in prison. Not today, another new whole life starting again.
That day at Yuma still comes up. I've been fortunate, blessed, and also chosen to have to share my story numerous times at many places, everywhere from D.C. with Congress to the United Nations in both New York and Geneva.
His story, one of wrongful accusation and wrongful conviction. After the murder of a Phoenix woman in 1991, he was far from her killer.
I was a 6-year Air Force veteran, honorable discharge, top secret clearance, 7 years with the U.S. Postal Service. I had no record. I'm not the people they say they only the worst of the worst go to death row. I went on death row because I wouldn't take a plea bargain.
Right.
I wouldn't confess to something I didn't do.
Bite marks on the victim were wrongly linked to his occlusion, and he'd become known as the snaggletooth killer.
10 years, 3 months, and 8 days.
A decade would pass before advances in science and crime scene DNA testing would become a standard. The testing in his case would prove what he had always maintained. He was not her killer, and Ray Krone would become the 100th person set free in the United States since capital punishment was reinstated in 1976.
Thank God for DNA.
Ray moved back to Dover, Pennsylvania, found work, and in the meantime settled his lawsuit against Maricopa County for $1.4 million, putting him closer to the dream that got him through the darker days.
And that was one of my escape mechanisms to think about when I was inside those walls, in that harsh environment, in that oppressive environment, to think about, well, one day I could be free and I'll be riding my bike down the road.
ABC 15 alongside him at that Harley shop. A few bikes later, and he's since moved to Tennessee with his partner Cheryl.
Eastern Tennessee, right here by the Smoky Mountains. I can see it right out my window right here. There's a lake right behind me that I live on, Douglas Lake.
The Smokies, a far cry from Hollywood, where he was selected for the wildly popular show Extreme Makeover.
They said, we can't give you back 10 years, but we can fix your teeth and certainly take care of that snaggletooth.
We had traveled to join him there. The makeover's most important mission: correct his dental anomaly.
Okay, your teeth are so white. They look really good.
I might have 6 real teeth left in my head.
His mission for the transformation was to transform opinions on the death penalty and bring awareness to other wrongful convictions, something he's still doing today.
And the sad part is there's Ray Krones in our prisons right now, probably some for sure there in Arizona. Can we help them? Will they have their day?
He does that now through a group he co-founded with Sister Helen Prejean called Witness to Innocence.
And it's the only national organization of death row survivors in America that I know of. It's for people that had a death sentence and later were exonerated, were freed.
He tells me he feels thankful for those who stood by him while in prison. And over all these decades, he's learned a lot about gratitude and forgiveness.
Who have you had to forgive over these years?
Well, that's a wonderful thing to ask again, too, because forgiveness is, I learned this from Sister Helen Prejean one time, because she said forgiveness is what you do for yourself. It's not a blessing other people. It's what you do so you can move on. They have to live with whatever they do. So I can forgive all of them. Actually, I don't want nothing to do with them. The prosecutor, the bite mark expert, even the investigator, they were wrong. They knew it. They pushed this forward. Thankfully, they finally got it right and did get the right person. There's not a question of my innocence. Kenneth Phillips committed that crime, and he's serving that sentence, not on death row like me, and I'm fine with that.
So we talked about forgiveness there. Ray's actually met one of the jurors. Can you imagine that
Wow.
meeting, who got his case wrong? They're still good friends to this day. He really does believe that bad can turn into something good, as you've seen along that storyline in the past 2 decades. And he says, despite the lows, you really never know where life will take you, in that path that we've together and followed him on for 22 years.
And that's an incredible part. You're part of his life. I mean, after
this, it's
prison,
interesting.
and yeah, you've been there along the whole entire way. For him to forgive, that allowed him to move forward. And I know there was a bite earlier, and he said something about somebody came to him and said that his story inspired them to become a lawyer.
Yeah, we talked about that earlier tonight, that yeah, he's inspiring other generations to get involved and to learn about the science and all of this behind the things that show up in court. So
Great story.
you know, the ripple effects of change are pretty incredible here.
Absolutely.